Hello guys and welcome back to my channel, and this is episode 7 of our 0 to 1000 plus speedrun. So without further ado, let's get back into the online games, and we'll be playing 10-minute games. There's been a bit of gap in the uploads, by the way, because I'm currently in Ireland. I've gone away from London for the meantime for a quick vacation, so the posts have not been as regular as I'd like, unfortunately. Okay, so we're at 800 level, and let's get started with e4. e4, e5. Let's get an eye out. I think the Italian's the most basic opens to use. He's got the filial defense going on. Keeping it simple, I like it, like I say. We're going to get our bishop out. Stay active. Get our pieces developed. And we could castle. We can also start to control the center as well. Don't have to overthink it too much. Okay. Interesting. He's threatening our knight twice. So the issue is that if he takes and I take, he'll take back, and then that will create a doubled pawn structure, which can be a bit of a pain in the endgame. I'm not too fussed about it. For now, I'm just going to keep focusing on controlling the center. Of course, we can retake here. I need to allow pre-moves. So we can take back with the pawn or the queen. I'll probably take back with the queen for now, just to keep our tactical positions for later in the game. Especially when you're playing in the 800 rated levels. There's many times where your opponent blunders their queen. So sometimes it's good for them to... It's a good idea to keep the queens on the board. Controlling the center even more. This pawn can be a bit of a liability. I have to defend it constantly if it is under attack. It's not too difficult to defend though. He's only really got his queen there, and that's quite a vulnerable piece a lot of the time. Oh, that was an accident. That was an accident. I meant to get the bishop out. Oops. That's the thing. A lot of times I play on my iPhone, and I don't really have that issue of mouse slips, but you can definitely get that a lot easier when using an actual mouse, like I am now. It's no issue though. We'll just defend the pawn. He's trying to attack. He's got his knight and his queen attacking this. This is not a threat. We can actually just check. Next move, move that pawn up. Once that knight goes back to the square. Yes, he can take this, so be careful. But we should be fine. Let's do it. Here, queen takes. It's a good move from my opponent, actually. Maybe I misplayed this. Well, we'll take first. He has to respond to this threat. I actually do have... I can go bishop here. Which I might do. If he does take our rook, that's fine. We'll go check and make a queen ourselves. So that would be a mistake from our opponent. I probably wouldn't go here, actually. It might be the best move we have, though. Thing is, if I go here and he comes here, he's now going to look to win our other rook. And I can come here, but then he'll win our bishop. So, we have to be very careful here. In fact, if I castle and he takes, that traps the queen. And then when he takes my bishop, discover check. I think we're fine. Hopefully I'm not miscalculating. That should be correct. Yep, there we go, guys. That was a tricky recovery we had to make there, but I'm pretty sure we're just up right now. Material is technically even, but having a queen on the board is a big advantage. Also, we've got two undeveloped pieces on our opponent's side. I'd say we got a strong upper hand. Especially once I move his king to the side and start to work on opening this f-file up. And he's moved his king into this area, just completely blocking in that that rook there. So let's see what we can do here. We've got options. Let's get a knight active, I suppose. Here. Let's do that. Whenever this knight moves, I've got potential checks to bear in mind as well. Not gonna lie though, I did overlook that queen take of b2, but we can recover pretty safely like we have, so he's not helping himself right now. I think maybe he has an idea of bringing this up and then bring the bishop to this diagonal, potentially. I'm just not convinced that that will be enough to give him the safety he needs in this game. I'm going to go here. And this is dangerous. If he goes here, it's checkmate. Okay. Oh no, it's not checkmate, sorry. He's got this move right here, but it's very, very close to being checkmate. Let's see. Maybe if... I'll just take this then, I guess. Yep, that's fine. I want to get my knight active ASAP, so I might even consider just pushing this pawn up. Now I'm thinking about getting my rook active this way. Could even gone here and here, the rook. But I think what I'll do is just go here. And get that active rook going. He's looking to get my queen off of this pin so that he can then take my knight. However, okay, he's helped me out there. I don't mind going now. Get my rook involved. If I do stay on this rank, his rook can just keep following me. And it looks like my opponent's focused more on trying to get a free pawn now than he is on his king safety. Let's see if he recognizes the threat. Even if rook goes here, I can take, then retake, and retake his other knight. So it's a very comfortable win for us from this point onwards. Very comfortable for us. I want to get this knight in ASAP. This pawn's easily recollected. We can go obviously check and take anyways, but our opponents realize what we're trying to do, which is fine. Get my knight involved another way. Let's see which got. That's the issue about double pawns as well. They are harder to defend for sure. He thinks we're attacking his pawns, but actually, if we push here, check, and then we make our own queen ourselves. Okay, check. He's got to move back. One of these two squares. Okay. And now checkmate in a couple of moves. One move. Okay. Quickly breaking down this video. This game in terms of what's happened so far. Is our opponent didn't play bad actually. He didn't blunder any obvious moves from what I can tell. We made a mistake with the mouse slip by bringing our knight back. This was a mistake in the way that it doesn't actually create a threat, and also there's that pin, which is going to be an issue. However, I did overlook that he could take on b2. However, I didn't seem to have that too much of a threat. At this point here, his queen's trapped. He can't take here because of the rook, can't take here because of the queen, so he only has that diagonal to get out. You know, I will use the game review feature just one time. We'll do it just one time, just to see what the computer does say. Because I am interested on what that analysis reads for that move in particular. So there were some tactics we had to come up with to recapture that material. And whilst this is loading, I'll just go over this. Recaptured the queen. And from here, just advancing our pieces towards the king side. Okay, took away the defender for the other rook. Captured that. Brought other rook in. And you pushed the pass pawn. And made a queen. I'm not sure if we're going to have time for this to load, to be honest, because we might be here all day. This internet in this place is not really the fastest. But okay, let's just go into the next game for now. Let's go to game 2. We're on 832 now. Play Bagas chess from Indonesia. E4, we're going to go E5. Okay. He's going for a fried liver attack. Not really effective. I can just castle. And eventually he's going to have to move back. He can take. It's not really ideal though, however. 2 pieces for rook and a pawn. Let's see what opponent does. We could take, but then he might be opening up the F file. Let's just trade on our own terms. So this is an idea that if he takes, we give ourselves the benefit that he opens up our file. I'm going to develop my queen. Okay. I'm going to keep control of the central squares. I'm just going to keep pushing. So in this instance, what I'll do is let's say trade, because this pawn, we don't want that coming down here and eventually trapping our bishop, causing issues. He's now opened the F file, that's fine. I'm going to get my rook on the open F file. Get my king out of the way. So now I can take use of this. Now you have to be careful here as well, because of course if I move this knight anywhere, that's going to be checkmate here when he takes with the queen. So we have to think of ideas that first will give us that safety. I think I might get my queen here. That looks good to me, with the idea of bringing it up to a more offensive square. I need to bring some offense to my opponent. So that we can create some opportunities. Okay, let's see, we can go... Maybe this move, if he pushes, we have a fork here. This could be dangerous as well though. If he eventually goes here, that could be very dangerous. Let's focus on his king. Could fork this way. I want to get out of this line of fire for the rook. This line of fire right here. Because there's eventual tactics coming here. Okay. He's playing well, our opponent. I'll give him that. For an 800 rare player, especially. But this is a fork. Nice. I want to take back through. I won't take this pawn. However, there could be an issue if I go here, if he pushes the pawn here, so I'm going to take back this way. Our pawn structure is not looking too good in this game. These double pawns have been a bit of a pain for us. His knight is very restricted in his movement. I will say though, as a 1900 plus rated player myself, he's playing pretty well for himself right now. I'm a bit suspicious, but I'm gonna withhold the judgment. I'm sure he's playing very well. Okay. Maybe I'll drop back. I don't like that he gets this threat though. It's a bit frustrating. I've got to be very careful with my time. I've used already about 7 minutes of my time already, so to move fast. These knights are pretty solid though. I don't like this knight being here, so I'm going to kick it away. That's fine, there's no threat for me. So that's the first main mistake our opponent's made. Now I'm going to pin the queen, up in material. A trade favours us a lot. And not only has he helped us lower the material in the game, but also now we can take a sigh of relief because we've got undoubled pawns as well. So if anything, it's been very helpful for us, that move. Okay, I'm going to look to go here and target these pawns. Okay, he doesn't want to defend that, so we'll take that. He's got his eyes set on this threat with the rook. But we're all fine. And now he's playing fast, and now it's all going downhill for him. It's a shame, he was playing a very impressive game at first. And he resigns. Okay, let's quickly break this game down. I was impressed by our opponent. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me see. So it's just a typical classical Italian game. A bit of an early, premature offense for the fried liver. He did take. That's not recommended, really, when you're playing this. Some people actually would rather make that trade. Some people would rather have 2 pieces than a rook. Threaten the queen, drew our bishop back so that he could open our file up. Now he done good by opening up this f file. It was real pain for us as the game went on. It's a good move. He's got his queen in a good space. He's central. It's great. This is good as well. He's kicking our knight, and his central pawns are really an issue for us in this game. We just got our queen to a more offensive square, and outside the attack of the rook. Exchange the pawn. Good use of his knight. It looks like a fork, but it's not actually a fork because he can take with check. We take the pawn back. For him, it might have been better to take my queen here, as he's got a bit of a better endgame position. And then here was a mistake. He just, well, I mean, I think his knight was pretty much trapped anyways, which is why you have to be careful about grabbing too many pawns and being too pawn hungry, because so many pieces can get trapped. He moves the pawn, he gives us a trade, he helps our endgame, and he just played too fast at the end. So great, that's taken us to level 853 now. And I'll wrap this one up here. And episode 7, we're going to be going to finish the 800s and should be going into 900s. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try and record much more during my holiday here in Ireland. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.